which, of course, a lot of people have a lot of questions about. But in this particular case, because they actually are Christian, they're not going to be martyrs for Allah.
Right.
That this would be okay. And especially to save their life, since they're probably going to be killed. I think it's pretty brilliant.
So in December of that year, 1979, the U.S. Appeals Court allowed the deportation of 7,000 Iranian students who were found to have visa violations, and 15,000 Iranians were told to leave America.
Okay. So what you're saying is a lot of what Donald Trump has been proposing, it's not even unprecedented.
No, Democrat Jimmy Carter did it.
Well, it doesn't even matter whether it's Democrat. It's been done before.
Yeah,
you have to make an argument.
There's precedent. Precedent has been set.
The opponents to Trump have to make the argument that when it had happened in the past, it was also illegal. That would be their only hope at this point.
which I might be hard to do. I mean, I don't know.
Especially under Jimmy Carter, since that's their...
Right. Okay, so you want to get to the thing that I've been just so...
What are you getting to?
Not wanting to get to.
Oh, gosh, what is it?
It's this whole thing I've been thinking about all week, and I've been having this internal struggle, this battle of...
That's what Pepto-Bismol is for.
Is that what does that work well?
For internal battles? Yes.
Because let me tell you, this battle has been raging.
Oh, wow.
Unless you live under a rock, or maybe you just aren't plugged in whatsoever.
That would be me.
The government was coming up to another shutdown again.
Oh, boy.
Because they're running out of money.
Loving on this.
Because they're running out of money again, I guess, or some damn thing. So Paul Ryan, who now everybody's claiming is possessed and has turned Muslim because of his beard.
Ooh, now that would be a theory we could entertain.
They show him two pictures of him, Paul Ryan running for vice president, and Paul Ryan now with the beard. Evil beard, good Paul Ryan.
Oh, boy.
So then they took the South Park characters. Their evil nemesis in South Park have beards. But the children are innocent, good children, but their bad twin has a beard, has a goatee.
So it's a South Park joke.
Has to be.
Okay. Well, what about the timing on his announcement of this budget deal? Did you hear about it? He did the press conference during the debate. And he made sure there were no cameras there. Because there was a huge hustle and bustle about the debate.
Well, okay.
They called it a document dump.
Right. Okay. Well, that's when they dumped it. Okay. He put together the budget deal, and it was going to be voted on the next day. So apparently they were leaking information about what was in the deal during the debate. The next day, I was losing it. Breitbart was losing it. All the news out.
They were hoping.
Drudge was losing it. All day Wednesday, we were losing it because of the possibilities of what's in this budget deal. And all of a sudden, I hear other Republicans say, this thing's going to pass easily. And I'm like, what? How would it pass easily with all this awful, awful stuff?
Well, we need to find out who voted for it so we can make sure that everybody knows to oppose them from here on out, because this is so devastating.
166 Democrats and 148 Republicans.
Well, we know the Democrats
only 90.
We're never going to support the Democrats anyway. But
Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't vote on the budget bill because I was campaigning.
Well, that's actually not unprecedented either.
It's not, but they were slamming him for it, and he's like, well, I couldn't do it. No, a no vote is a vote. And we've talked about this many, many times on Smith Radio. If you don't vote, that's a yes vote. You've actually helped the opposition. So them doing a document dump during the debate, okay, that's really sad, pathetic. I know the GOP, Paul Ryan has been brainwashed and drinking the Kool-Aid of the GOP establishment. Okay, whatever. Now, come Wednesday, we go over the documents. We start seeing what's going on in this, and we see the number, the price tag. The price tag for this budget bill, $1.14 trillion. Trillion with a T. $1 trillion. So I started doing some numbers on that. In America, there's about 306 million people, population-wise. Out of 306 million people in the population of America, there's about 117 million households. And if you look at that at 2.5 people per household, kind of do the numbers. Well, $1.14 trillion divided by the number of households, 117 million, that's $8,698 per household divided by 2.5 people. So every single person in America was robbed of $3,879. Man, women, and children.
Even infants.
Infants. If you have a household like mine of 5, we are in debt to this $1 trillion debt, $15,000+. Almost $20,000. They've stolen from my family. Literally. And we say stolen. Well, no, Brian, they want to shut the government down. Well, let's find out what shutting down the government. Before I want to get into that, I want to explain to you. I'm going to, if you, like I said, if you follow us on Facebook, you'd have seen this video. I think I even put it up on sickbias.com. But it shows you what $1 trillion is. $1 trillion will blow your mind at the scale of what $1 trillion is. So I started kind of digging into it and getting some numbers. $1 million every second would take you back 12 days.
$1 million
per second is 12 days ago.
1 million seconds?
Correct.
1 million seconds was 12 days ago.
Correct.
Okay.
And if you thought about it, $1 million, a dollar
per minute.
Per minute would get you back 12 days ago.
Oh, per second.
Right, per second. Okay.
That's a long time. 12 days to get to 1 million seconds.
Right. If you did that to $1 billion,
$1 every second.
That'll get you back 32 years.
So if you started giving me $1 a second,
right,
32 years ago, we would have hit $1 billion.
Correct.
That's a long time.
I know you're looking
at from 12 days to 32 years. Okay.
How about $1 trillion?
Can't even imagine.
31,709 years ago.
Seconds?
31,000 years.
That can't be right.
31,700, almost 32,000 years ago.
From?
I did the numbers. I did the math.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so you're like, well, we need to pay for all this. Okay, if you took all the money from every Fortune 500 company, you took all their money, you added all of that up of every Fortune 500 company, how long do you think you could fund and run the government? 40 days.
Wow.
40 days.
I was going to say that I would think that Bill Gates would be able to run the government forever.
You would think. So if you took $1 trillion $1 bills, so you took $1 trillion all in $1 bills, and you laid them end to end, long ways, end to end, they would stretch from the Earth all the way to the moon. 200 times.
Yikes. I don't think there's that much paper.
They got the presses working overtime. If you spent $1 million a day, $1 million a day since the birth of Jesus Christ, starting the day he was born, and you blew, running through drugs in Vegas, you spent $1 million a day.
$1 million a day.
How much money would you have spent today, to date?
I might be able. Well, gosh, 365 days a year.
Right.
So about every about 3 years, you
787 billion. You're not even a trillion. You're not even a trillion. It's not to a trillion. Not
so
even
gambling
there.
is okay.
3/4 of the way there.
Okay, so
Right.
you haven't blown all your money yet.
No.
If you spent $1 million in Vegas
A
every
day.
day,
Since the birth of Christ, and you didn't own Vegas by then. You're the worst luck there ever was. Okay, so they come in packets. If you took $100 bills, and a single packet is 10 grand. And that packet, if you've ever seen like a stack of tens, or
I think it's a half-inch thick.
yeah, you can literally take that and put it in your back pocket. No big deal.
It'd be hanging out, but unless you fold it in half, but you could still do that.
Right. So if you take that stack of 10 and you get 10 more, you've got 100,000. That you got to put that in a purse or something like that. That's
purse,
like a
maybe
man
a fanny pack.
man pound. A little
10
bit.
of them. That's only 5 inches thick. It'd
Okay.
be stuffed. It'd be stuffed pretty thick.
Some of those fanny packs are quite thick.
So a brick looks
A
like
brick.
$100,000.
Correct.
Okay.
$1 million. So it's 100 stacks.
It'd be 10 bricks.
Right. That would have to go into a backpack.
Yeah, 10 bricks. Definitely a backpack.
Right.
I
You
can
got a
see that.
backpack and you're good to go. No problem. A wooden skid that you see goods and stuff being shipped around the country on, and you pallet jack, and like if you're at Kroger's and they're stocking the shelves, they're moving that skid around.
Sam's Club. Yeah, all those
Right.
pallets. Yeah.
That wooden pallet stacked a few feet high, corner to corner, with all these packets of $100 bills, $100 million.
Wow. So only 1/10 of a billion.
$100 million.
So a billion would be 10 pallets.
$1 billion would fit in a tractor trailer bed. It would have to be hauled by a 18-wheeler tractor trailer. $1 billion.
Okay, it'd be 10 skids.
Right.
That would so from $1 million to $1 billion, you went from a backpack to an 18-wheeler trailer.
Right. And in that 18-wheeler trailer, they usually 5, skids, one skid on the left, one skid on the right, so 5 skids on either side to fill up that whole tractor
So you
trailer.
could fit more than $1 billion in there, but you would still need the tractor to do $1 billion.
Right.
You can't just do it in a pickup truck.
No.
No way. Not even
No,
close.
not at
You
all.
can only fit 2 skids on a pickup truck.
Right.
Wow.
So a trillion is a million.
A million billion. Oh, I'm sorry. You're a million.
Million.
Right, right.
1,000 billion. It's one with 12 zeros.
So you would probably need about several hundred several hundred 18-wheeler tractor trailers.
Double stacked pallets would cover probably over a football field.
Yeah, that would be. So you went from a backpack for $1 million,
Right.
to about a little bit less than a half of a 18-wheeler full
For $1 billion.
for $1 billion, to needing a huge fleet of tractor trailers.
Giant fleet.
Huge fleet.
Giant fleet.
Like if this were on the highway, you would be like, "What is going on?"
For hours, you could sit there for hours, just watch them driving by. Just watch them driving by. Just watch them driving by.
It'd be quite a
It
few
went
hundred. Several hundred of them.
long time.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so this $1 trillion that they spent, like an open-ended check they gave to Obama, after they passed it, the Democrats took to the airwaves immediately. And Obama said, hold on. Mr. Wyden, a ranking Democrat from Oregon, said, millions of working families with children will not find themselves suddenly taxed into poverty.
Nobody taxes anybody into poverty.
Millions of college students won't have have the rug pulled out from underneath them when tuition bill rise.